Good morning and Chag Sameach. It is Passover here and you're coming with me to get ready for the day. First up, we are cooking, and I'm actually going to flash back to some cooking I've been doing over the weekend. And then we are getting ready and going to Pesach Seder. I have the 3 little boys home. My husband's just finishing up some work, and then we are off to Passover Seder. And I know what you're thinking, Marian, you're not hosting? No, I am not hosting this year. Look at my table. It's empty. For the first year since I can remember, I literally can't remember the last time we didn't host for Passover. We are not hosting. We are going to my in-laws tonight, and then tomorrow night I think it's just going to be us. So we'll see what we do. But yeah, for the first time in forever, we are not hosting, and I'm actually thankful to take the year off. Last year we hosted a lot. Every other Jewish holiday we host a lot, so I'm very thankful. But I do have a few lovely Passover things up, like this gorgeous Chag Sameach topper. I actually have that in a bouquet of flowers. Looks so pretty. You can also top it with desserts that my friend made. I will link that. And yeah, and the cooking and the prep. So let's get into it. Let me show you guys what I've been cooking. So first up, I'm making my brisket. I've shared this recipe a bunch before. I'll try to link down below where I have a full video recipe tutorial about it. But basically you just make a rub with different spices on it before putting it in the slow cooker for a long time. I think I did 9 hours on low. But you're just going to let that sit with the rub on for about 20 minutes before putting it in the slow cooker. So while I'm waiting, I'm making my meatball prep. For the first time, I did a combination of beef and chicken meatballs. I don't know why. I just had beef and chicken in my refrigerator, and I was like, let's just do it. It was actually really, really good. I just added random spices and 2 eggs to keep things together. I didn't use any matzah meal or anything like that, and it was totally fine. It was so good. Just different spices, like garlic, salt, pepper. I think I did a little bit of paprika, but I kept it pretty simple. I will say that the mixture had a lot of moisture in it from the eggs, but I wanted to compensate for the ground chicken being less fatty than ground beef is for traditional meatballs, so that's why I did it that way. And again, I wasn't using any other binding agents, but it came out so good. I'll show you guys how I finished them off in the frying pan. Back to the brisket, I put my tabachnik beef broth in the slow cooker. You guys know I usually always work with tabachnik. I'm not on this video, but of course I have to shout them out because I love their galat kosher soup broth. So I just put the brisket in there for 9 hours on low with just the broth. So good. Okay, back to the meatballs. So I just fried them up. I wanted to make sure they were cooked all the way through. I did them in 2 separate batches. They cook really, really quickly, so just stand by the stove top and keep track of them. And then I just let them drain onto a wire rack, onto a paper towel, and cut it open to show you guys what it looks like inside. So good. And then I made like a sweet and sour sauce to go with them with brown sugar and like a barbecue sauce, I think. Okay, and then moving on to the next recipe, which is my farfel cookbook. But of course I didn't have farfel, but we'll get there in a second. So I actually, first of all, just used crumpled up matzah, which is basically the same as farfel. And then I used a box of latke mix. Isn't that the funniest thing? It's completely kosher for Passover. It's like dehydrated potatoes, I think is what it is. But I added that to it just to give it some like flavor and bring it all together. So just crumpled up matzah, the potato mixture, and 2 eggs, and then I added my tabachnik chicken broth. Okay, so you want to put a lot of broth. It looks like it's very wet, but the matzah is going to absorb it all and keep the kugel nice and delicious. You do not want a kugel that's too dry, so that's my top tip. By the way, in case you couldn't tell, I don't really use recipes. I don't even look at them. I just completely make up what I'm doing, which I know makes it difficult for when I try to share inspiration, but I guess the inspiration is just look what you have in your refrigerator and chop it up and cook it. But seriously, that's what I did, guys. So this is more vegetables for the kugel. I'm just chopping them roughly. I always get comments when I make cooking videos that my knife skills are horrendous. So I apologize to anyone who has actual knife skills while watching this, who is just flabbergasted and appalled. But okay, so I'm going to quickly just cook up those veggies and wilt them down, and then I'm gonna let them cool. And while I'm letting them cool, I'm making carousel. Are you guys getting bamboozled yet with all the cooking going on? Literally, it was a crazy like 2 hours in the kitchen, but I got it done pretty quickly. It was just, while one thing was resting or cooking or cooling, I was just moving on to the next. So for my carousel, I like to keep it very, what's the word? Not mushy. I like it chunky. I like to see what's in it when I'm eating it. So I'm just chopping up apples, and this year I'm using almonds. Often I use walnuts, which is a bit more traditional, but also has like a bitter taste to it that I don't love. So I'm just chopping up the walnuts. This is the point where my husband was like, why didn't you take out the food processor? And I was like, no, I'm not washing any dishes, just a knife and a cutting board for me. Okay, then I added honey and grape juice, and then just a tiny bit of wine. Our Seder's mostly kids, so I didn't really want to use wine, but I feel like carousel needs that slight alcohol flavor, if you know what I mean. But of course it's fine with just grape juice. As you can see, I used a tiny bit, and I don't even think the kids really tried it. But anyways, it is so good, so easy, chunky and delicious. Eat it on matzah all week long. Okay, back to those veggies I cooked up. I let them cool, and the reason I did this is because my farfel mixture, if you remember, had eggs in it. So if you put hot veggies into raw eggs, you're going to scramble your eggs, which you don't want to do. So mix it all together and then pop it in the oven. I think I did it for about 25 minutes until it was golden brown on top and ready to go. And then last up, I just needed to cut up my brisket. Can you give your review for the camera? How is it?
It's good.
It's good?
Yeah, not nice and soft.
How's the flavor?
Good. A plus.
A plus, all right. Okay, so that was my husband's honest review. He loved it. He was very impressed that it was moist and delicious, because sometimes he doesn't like the way I cut it and how long I cook it for. There's lots of debates in our house. So this time it was 10 out of 10 amazing. And here is everything cooked up and ready to go to Seder. The kugel, carousel, brisket, and the meatballs ready to go. We're about to start getting ready, and someone has something special to say. What do you want to say?
Chag Sameach.
Chag Sameach. Okay, I just printed our Haggadahs. Normally we use the adult ones or family-friendly ones for our Seders, and I had one copy of my new kids one that I made this year that I've been sharing with you guys. And I was talking to my mother-in-law the other night, and I was like, should we just use the kids one because it's just us and the little kids this year? And she was like, yeah, definitely, let's do it. So just making sure it all printed. I just printed out a few copies at home on my printer. You can do it too. You just buy the download from my Etsy store, and then you can print however much you need. So I'm printing a bunch of copies right now. I need to fill, the printer needs computer paper. But I'm very thankful I can just print it, have that done, and then maybe I'll like collate it in a fancy way, like hole punch it. My baby's nappy, that's why I'm whispering. Maybe I'll like punch a hole and tie a ribbon or something, or just staple it, just depending on how much time I have. Thankfully I have a lot of computer paper. I definitely will get them made at FedEx.com. That's what I usually do for like the binding and everything. I just didn't think about it this year because we've been using the adult ones, but it actually makes sense to use the little kid ones this year. So anyways, just printing them off right now, and then I will get them all together and get them ready to go. I just got everything ready that we need to take in the car with us. We're bringing the carousel. This is just some extra gravy for the brisket, the meatballs, the kugel, the brisket, and then I have these 10 plague cards in case everyone wants them. The Passover memory game the boys like to play. Oh, I have a clip on my phone. I think I'll put that in right now.
Found the splitting of the sea. Oh yeah, I found this.
Yeah.
Hey, I have hail, but no, there's no match. I found songs at the Seder. Hey, have you seen a match of hail?
That's not a chair.
No. A match. I found a match of Hanukkah. Mom, there was no match of the hail.
Oh, we might have lost it.
And there was no match of this.
And the afikoman holder that Zachary made. Are you throwing your shoes, mister? The Haggadahs that I printed, and Corey's beautiful Seder plate that he made at preschool this year. So that's everything we need to remember to bring with us. And now I just gotta get 3 little boys dressed and out the door. Okay, I always like to capture this on my vlogging camera when we do family pictures. Partly just to watch the fun and also to give you guys some tips. So I set up my little tripod. This was, I think, $20 from Amazon. Really inexpensive, and it has a cell phone holder, and then it comes with a remote, which I promptly lost, but I just do the self timer on 3 seconds. And part of the reason I do that is I have the kids count down 3, 2, 1, and then they yell 1, which kind of gets the smile right when the picture is happening. I also do it on the live mode, and that way I can fiddle around a little bit and try to capture it when all 3 are smiling. But forget smiling. I'm just trying to get them to stand and look at the camera. But we got some good ones. Don't you worry. Then it was off to my in-laws for the Seder. Look how gorgeous the Seder table is and all the fun stuff my mother-in-law got for the kids. They are really into the Ted Plagues. They just think it's hysterical and so funny. They always put on the masks and puppets and just make it fun and interesting and meaningful for them.
Tonight we're going to eat a special meal, but first we need to prepare. Choose one person to wash your hands. Mom!
And of course the highlight was having my little boy read from the Haggadah. I want to say, I think he read from it last year, but this time it was really special and meaningful to have him do it again.
Animals!
Wild beasts, oh my God.
Whoa! Were there elephants?
Yep, elephants, I know.
Okay.
On to the food. We had matzo ball soup, of course, and gefilte fish, which I love. And then this is the meal. My mother-in-law also made chicken and these delicious Passover rolls, tons of veggies, and she even made pesadika chicken nuggets for the kids that they love. And then it was time to search for the afikoman.
Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? So easy. None in the closet. I'll tell you that much.
No. Not in the crib.
Oh!
Not in the bed.
Found one.
Corey, did you find one?
I found the afikoman.
You found one?
I found that.
That's okay. Everyone gets to find whichever one you find. It's fine.
What's this? You did.
Whose is this?
That's an afikoman. There's one
Yeah,
more. Max.
Zach,
Go
all right,
look in
one
your
more
bed.
for Max.
It's in your bed.
Okay.
Go look. What do you do when you get in bed? What comes off the bed?
Mine.
Where did your head go?
Yeah, that one's yours. Everyone finds one. Did you find it?
Yeah.
Afikoman.
You all found your
Found your
afikoman.
afikoman. And with the afikoman found, it is time for what you got there, Zaki? What are those?
Toys.
Are they the 10 plates? We just got home from Pesach Seder. Just unloading everything from the car. We had such a beautiful, nice time. It was so, so wonderful. Very enjoyable. I loved my Haggadah. I'm so excited for anyone who's using it this year. I thought it was really nice. It was perfect fit for our family, so I hope it was really nice for yours too. Delicious food, the best company, of course. And that's it. So I'm about to help everyone get out of the car, but I just wanted to pop on right now, right here, and say Chag Sameach. Sending lots of love to you guys. Thank you for always being with me during the holidays. I appreciate it. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you like it. Hit the red subscribe button to see more. Chag Sameach, happy Passover, bye. Second day out, first day out.
The mask.
I don't have them. Zachy, come.
And I'm coming.
Are those pants too big? Just popping on really quick because we are on our way to synagogue. You guys ready to go?
Yeah.
Let's
No.
go. No? Yeah, you do need, I think, smaller pants. Okay.